Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Tier 1 Cards and Games in Anchorage, Alaska, where I'll be fighting a 500-point battle between my Dark Angels and David's Sons of Korvus, Space Marines. So the story goes that the Dark Angels got word of a possible fallen found on this planet here. So they sent out a detachment led by an Interrogator Chaplain to go see if they could subdue him and capture him. When they arrived on the planet, this is out in the outer reaches of the Imperium, the Sons of Korvus were actually using the planet as a base of operations. So when the Dark Angels landed, they inquired as to why the Dark Angels had arrived, and the Dark Angels decided not to tell them because they didn't want to give out that information. So the words led to hurt feelings, which led to bolter fire. So the two are now fighting over this Space Marine in the middle, who the Dark Angels are pretty sure is a Chaos Tainted Fallen, and the Sons of Korvus just know that the Dark Angels want them. So that's the story that we've got going on here. Before we go any further, let's show you the two armies that'll be fighting, and we'll come back and the two armies that'll be fighting. So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running a combined arms detachment. Leading that detachment, we have an Interrogator Chaplain with a jump pack. We have a 5-man tactical squad with a plasma gun. We have another 5-man tactical squad with a las cannon. We have a 5-man assault squad with jump packs, and the sergeant has a power fist. And last but not least, we have a 3-man Raven Wing bike squadron with a plasma gun. So for the Space Marines, we have a combined arms detachment. Leading that off, we have a chaplain. We have a 10-man tactical squad with a missile launcher, a plasma gun, and a Rhino as a dedicated transport, and one of the models has been switched out for the Imperial Marine. We have another 5-man tactical squad. And last but not least, we have a 5-man bike squad with 2 flamers, and the sergeant has a combi flamer. Alright, so those are the two armies that will be fighting here today. So to go over deployment, I've got my 5-man tactical squad with a las cannon. I've got my assault squad with my Warlord Interrogator Chaplain attached to them. I've got my bikes over here, and on the far side of here, I've got my 5-man tactical squad with the plasma gun. Over here for the Sons of Korvus, he's got the 5-man bike squad over here. Got the 5-man tactical squad with the chaplain here. Got the 10-man squad over here, and along with their Rhino. So as of right now, the Dark Angels will be going first, unless the Sons of Korvus can seize the initiative on a 6. No, he does not. So we will come back to you after movement phase for Dark Angels here on turn 1. Alright, movement phase here on turn 1 for the Dark Angels. Tactical squad here ran up this way. These guys shot out 12 inches this way. These guys shot out 12 inches this way. And these guys stood still. So that's the movement phase. We don't have any psychic phase, so we'll come back to you with the shooting phase here on turn 1. Alright, shooting phase. These guys here are going to fire into his bike squad. He said he's not going to jink, so I will be rolling. I've got the greens are going to be the 2 twin link bolters, and the black is going to be the plasma gun. So hitting on 3s. Okay, twin linked. All right, so all hits. This will be wounding on a 2. These will be wounding on 5s. Okay, so just the one AP2 shot that goes through to them. So, actually, it's got to be the front guy right there. Yeah. All right. All right, that's it actually for shooting phase here for the Dark Angels. I'm going to do a few runs, which are boring to watch, but then we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Sons of Korvus here on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Sons of Korvus. These guys shot up this way. These guys ran 5 inches up this way. These guys stood still, looking to probably shoot with their heavy weapon onto these guys. And his Rhino moved up 6 inches that way. So that'll be it here for movement phase for the Sons of Korvus. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase here on turn 1. All right, so the sergeant there is going to pop his combi flamer, and the other flamer guy there, they both can hit all 3 of them at the same time. So we've got 6 flamer hits coming in here, wounding on 5s. We got 1 wound. 1 3-up armor save, and he's good. And then we've got 2 rapid firing bolters. So actually roll 4 dice because they're within 12 inches, so you got rapid fire. Hitting on 3s. Ooh, nice. And then yeah, that's pretty nice. And then wounding on 5s. Toughness 5. Strength 4, toughness 5. Bikers are toughness 5. Yeah, yours too. Yep. Nothing. All right. All right, these guys here are going to fire into these guys. They've all got bolters, so they're all going to be rapid firing. So we've got 12 shots coming in here, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. And then these are going to be wounding on 4s. Alright, so we got 3 wounds. 3 up armor saves. 2 guys are dead. Okay. Alright, this squad here is going to fire into these guys over here. So we've got weapons. He's got 7 bolter shots. The blue is going to be a plasma gun shot. The white is going to be a crack missile shot from his missile launcher guy, and the black is actually going to be the disintegrator shot from the Imperial Marine there. So all is going to be hitting on 3. Okay, so the crack missile misses, but everything else is going to hit. So the black is strength 5, going to be wounding on a 3. The blue is strength 7, wounding on a 2. And the others are going to be wounding on 4s. Okay, so we've got 2 AP2 wounds and 1 bolter wound. So I'm I'll take the 2 AP2 wounds. It's night fight, so I'm going to take a 6-up cover save because of night fighting there. Nope, so it's 2 Marines dead. And then I've got a 3+ armor save, and he's good. All right, so he is going to fire his Storm Bolter into these guys here. So 2 shots hitting on 3s. 1 hit, wounded on a 4. That's a wound. 3 up armor save. He's good. All right, so that's the end of turn 1 here for the Sons of Korvus. Not going to have any charges here, so we'll come back to you after a movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. Alright, movement phase for the Dark Angels here. The bikers moved up, getting into rapid fire range there. Then these guys over here, the Interrogator Chaplain grabbed onto that chaos tainted Marine, along with his fisted Sergeant Bro there. These guys stood still. These guys moved up only 3 inches through dangerous terrain, difficult terrain. So that's it for a movement phase here for the Dark Angels. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase here on turn 2. Alright, starting off the shooting phase, these guys are going to fire into the bikers over here. So we're going to be hitting on 3s. We've got 3 rapid firing bolt guns, 1 bolt pistol, and then a rapid firing plasma gun, which is going to be the black shot. So hitting on 3s. Ooh, gets hot. Okay, so he just killed himself. That's good, but he had 1 hit on there, I guess. Alrighty. So the black's going to be wounded on 2s. The greens are going to be wounded on 5s. Alright, so we've got 1 AP2 and 2 armor saves. It's going through the ruins there, so you can get a 4-up cover save.
4-up cover save there?
Nope, so 1 guy is dead from the plasma, and then the 2 3-up armor saves. 2. Yeah, just re-roll. Just roll 2. Alright, so 1 more dead. Alright, the biker guys here are going to fire into these bikers. So we got 2 rapid firing bolt guns, 1 rapid firing plasma gun, hitting on 3s. Alright, at least I didn't blow myself up with my plasma. Wounding on 5s and 2s. Alright, so we got 2 armor save and 2 AP2. So actually, did you want to jink? Well, I forgot to ask you there. So yeah.
Yes.
Alright, he's going to jink. So, alright, so we got 2 4+ jink saves. Makes both of them beautiful. And then 2 armor saves, 3-ups. And one guy dies. Alright, so 1 guy dies. Alright, this squad here. Right here, let me get that info. This squad here is going to fire into this squad over here. So I got 3 bolter guys and a las cannon guy in range. So hitting on 3s. All hits. Wounding on 4s and 2. Okay. So I've got 1 is just going to be popped, and then you've got 2 armor saves. So, alright, 2 3+s, and those make it. So he just loses the 1 guy. Okay. Cool. Alright, this squad here is going to fire into this squad over here. Only the Interrogator Chaplain has line of fire, so he's going to fire his bolt pistol, hitting on a 2. That's a hit. Wounded on a 4. That's a wound. 3+ armor save.
What can you see?
I can see through to that guy, the sergeant guy there. So 3 plus armor save. He's good. All right, that's actually going to be it for the shooting phase. And I might do a charge, so we'll come back to you with that. All right, so this guy passed his leadership test, but now these guys are going to charge into him. So you want to fire Overwatch. So rapid firing bolters hitting on 6. Twin linked. Nope. So I need a 6. Where's there? All right, I need a 6-inch charge to make this in. Oh, I do not. So yeah, that's that. So all right, so we will come back to you after movement phase for the Sons of Korvus here on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Sons of Korvus here on turn 2. His biker shut up this way so he doesn't make the same failed charge that I did. These guys are moving up here, looking around the corner, looking onto my assault, whatever's left of my assault squad over here. The Rhino moved up this way, more than 6, less than 12. And these guys moved over this way, getting some line of fire, see what's left after all this stuff goes down. So that's it for movement phase here for the Sons of Korvus. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase here on turn 2. All right, the biker there is going to fire into my bike squad. So rapid firing bolters hitting on 3s, both hit. Wounding on 5s. We got nothing. All right. So the 4 guys in the tactical squad there are going to fire their bolt pistols into here. So hitting on 3s. I got 1 hit. Wounding on a 4. That's a wound. 3 up armor save. No, he's dead. All right, the storm bolter from here into the Interrogator Chaplain. Snap firing, hitting on 6s, nothing. All right, this squad here is going to fire into my Chaplain. So we've got 7 bolter shots. The white's going to be the snap firing crack missile. The blue is going to be the plasma gun, and the black is going to be the disintegrator gun. So all hitting on 3s and 6 for the white. Oh, the white does hit. Okay, so not a lot of the bolters hit. So we'll get these together and roll over the results. All right, so we've got the white and the blue are wounding on 2s. The green is wounding on a 4. Okay, so we've got the 2, 1 AP3, 1 AP2 wound. He's going to roll his invul save. So actually the crack missile could double him out. So we're going to roll for that one on a 4+ on his Rosarius save here. All right, needing this 4 up. Otherwise, I think you double him out. He's good. And then on the plasma gun shot, needing a 4+. He's also good. That's how you do it. The Interrogator Chaplain showing you how it's done. All right, that's it for shooting phase. So on to the assault phase. His biker is going to charge my bikers. So I'm going to fire Overwatch here. I've got rapid firing bolt guns, and the black are going to be the plasma gun. So hitting on 5s and 6s because of Grim Resolve. Oh no, this gets hot. Tell me you kill himself. Yep, kills himself. Beautiful. All right, this is twin linked. Nope. So plasma guy is dead. These are wounding on. I know. Yeah, you just succeeded. That's a successful assault phase right there because of that. All right, these are wounding on 5s. All right, you got 2 armor saves, 2 3+s, and he makes them. All right, let's see your charge. I think you can't fail that. Yep, he is in. So I will take out my plasma guy, and that successfully charged there. All right. All right, these guys here are going to charge into my Interrogator Chaplain. He's going to fire Overwatch here on a 5 or a 6. Nope. So now let's roll. He needs 5-inch charge here, and he's got it. So we will move them into combat, and we'll come back to you with the results. All right, so we're going to go to here first. So first, he's got his Hammer of Wrath. So one attack wound does not wound because it's a toughness 5. All right, so now we're going to be attacking at the same time. So he's got one base plus 1 for the charge. We'll do his first. So 2 attacks, hitting on 4s. Nope, misses. So I've got 3 attacks coming back. Oh no, 2 attacks coming back. I forgot they changed that for these guys now. So I've just got 2 attacks coming back, hitting on 4s, both hits, wounding on 5s. We've got 2 wounds, 2 3-up armor saves. No, he is dead. All right. All right, moving over here. He declared a challenge with his chaplain. I accepted with my Interrogator Chaplain. So my Interrogator Chaplain is initiative 5. So he's got 3 base plus 1 for extra close combat weapon. I will be hitting on 4s. Re-rolling because of Zealot first round of combat. All right. So strength plus 2, wounding on 2s. Got 1 wound, 3+ armor save.
3+.
You should. Yeah, 3+ armor save. All right, he's good. All right. So now your guys get to go back with their attacks. So we'll come back to you when we get those together. All right, so now coming back over here, his chaplain has base 2, +1 for the charge, which are going to be the white dice. He doesn't get the extra close combat weapon bonus because he actually has a bolt gun instead of a bolt pistol. Then the other guys each have base 1 +1 for the charge. So we've got 8 shots, which are going to be the green ones coming from the regular guys, and then we've got 3 coming in from the chaplain, hitting on 4s. All right, re-rolling all misses here. First round of combat because of Zealot, which is nice. There's another 3 in there. Yep. So those are all hits. Now I get to re-roll those ones. Okay, got another 1 in there. It's not bad. All right, so the white is going to be with the Crozius Arcanum, is going to be wounding on a 2, and then the green ones are going to be wounding on 4s. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3 wounds. So I've got 3 3-up armor saves. All right, takes 1 wound. So I lost combat, but I'm fearless, so we are locked in combat. So that's, what's that? Is AP4. Yeah.
No, it's 4 hits, 4 wounds. 1 with the Crozius, 3 regular.
1 second. All right, I messed up there. He's actually got one more wound that he has to try to save there on a 3+. No, so he's down 2 wounds. All right, still fearless, still locked in combat, but down 2 wounds. So yeah, pretty brutal. All right, so that's it for the Sons of Korvus turn 2 here. So we'll come back to you with the for movement phase for Dark Angels here on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. My bikers shot around this way past their dangerous terrain test. These guys stood still, and these guys moved up 6 inches this way. So that's it for the movement phase. Shooting phase, these guys are just going to run, and that's about it because no one else has line of fire. These guys are just going to be joining in that combat. So we'll come back to you with the assault phase. All right, so onto the assault phase here. These guys are going to charge into there. They are in, and so we'll come back to you with the fight sub phase. All right, so here we go on the assault phase here, fight sub phase here. My bikers have 2 Hammer of Wrath hits, wounding on 4s. We got 1 wound, 1 3-up armor save. 1 damage. He's good. All right. So now we're going to move into my Interrogator Chaplain. He's got 3 base +1 for extra close combat weapon. He's going to be hitting on 4s. Don't get to re-roll because of it's not first round of combat. So 3 hits, wounding on 2s. I got 2 wounds. So 2 3+s, and he takes 1 wound. Oh, that's got to go in against because they're still in a challenge. So that's got to be a wound against your chaplain there. All right. So the chaplain takes a wound. So now we'll come back to you with I4. All right. So coming back over here, his chaplain is going against my Interrogator Chaplain here. So he's got 2 hitting on 4s. Got 1 hit, wounding on a 2. That's a wound. 3-up armor save. He's dead, so that is Slay the Warlord. Ooh, brutal. All right, so we'll come back to you with the rest here. All right, now the rest of the guys are going to go against my bikers here. So we've got 4 attacks, hitting on 4s. All right, 1 hit, wounding on a 5. That's a wound. 3-up armor save. He's got it. All right, then I've got 4 attacks coming in from my bikers, hitting on 4s. 1. Wounding on a 4, nothing. All right, so I lost combat because I lost 1. Oh no, tied combat because we each lost 1. So they will be locked in combat. All right, so we will come back to you after movement phase for the Sons of Korvus here on turn 3. All right, Sons of Korvus movement phase here on turn 3. These guys shuffled up this way. This guy shuffled up this way a bit. And that is it because these guys are locked in combat. So that's the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase here on turn 3. All right, we're going to start with these guys firing into my dude bros over here.
No, I'm firing at the relic.
At the relic.
I haven't hit your guy.
He just happens to hit him. So be it. He's actually shooting at the Chaos Tainted relic there. So we got the same thing here. We got 7 bolter shots. The white's going to be the snap firing crack missile. Blue is plasma gun, and black is the disintegrator cannon, or disintegrator gun that he's got there. So hitting on 3s and 6. Okay, so those will all hit. So those are misses. Okay, that's it. Yep, 3's a hit. All right, so then we've got wounding on 2. Oh no, wounding on 3 on the black because it's strength 5. Wounding on 2 on the blue, and the greens are wounded on 4s. Alrighty, so we've got 3 armor saves and 2 cover saves. So I'll do the 2 cover saves first. 2 cover saves, looking for 5 pluses. I got 1, so 1 is dead, 1 is saved. And then I've got, was it 3? 3, right? Yep, 3 armor saved. 3 pluses. And 1 more dead, so 2 guys are dead. Womp womp. Alright, Stormbolter from here is going to fire into these guys. Hitting on 3s. Got 1 hit, wounded on a 4. No. Alright, so now moving on to the, that's it for shooting phase, so moving on to the assault phase here. We've got these guys, so we're going to go with, we'll do his chaplain is going to have the white, so it's going to be hitting on, he's going to be hitting on 3s, and the greens are going to be hitting on 4s. Alrighty, so you've got 3 hits. So the white is going to be wounding on strength +2 for Cruzius Arcanum, so he's going to be wounding on a 3, and the blacks are going to be wounding on a 5. Alright, so we got 1 wound, 1 3-up armor save. He's good. So then I've got 2 attacks coming in here, hitting on 4s. Got 1, wounding on a 4. That's a wound, 3-up armor save. He's good. So they will be locked in combat, except I think I'm going to hit and run. So let's see if I can make my initiative test here. I do not, so they are locked in combat. Alright, so we will come back to you after movement phase, because that's it for that phase, so we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 4. Alright, movement phase here for Dark Angels on turn 4. The Lasbro jumped around this way a bit, so he'll be snap firing, but at least he's now got line of sight on his Rhino there. These guys are locked in combat. These guys actually failed their leadership test from last turn, fell back, and then ran back up this way. So that's where they ended up after movement phase. So that's movement phase. We'll come back to you with shooting phase here on turn 4. Alright, so now onto the shooting phase. These guys are going to fire onto the Rhino. The only thing that can do anything is going to be the Lasbro, who's going to be snap firing here. So hitting on a 6. Oh, and that's that might be it for shooting phase. I might have some. I might try to see what I could do without charging, but we'll come back to you with that. All right, in the assault phase, these guys are going to charge into this combat over here. They're 5 inches away and going through the craters there, so they're going to need a 7-inch charge to get in there. He can't overwatch because he's locked in combat. Let's see what happens. Oh, and they just get in! Yeah, that's what I needed. All right, so we'll come back to you with the fight sub-phase. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so here we go into the fight sub-phase. We're all going to be fighting at the same time. He declared a challenge with his chaplain, and my sergeant accepted. So my chaplain and the sergeant are going to be fighting, then he's going to go with his guys into my bikes, and all my guys are just going to go into there. So we'll do the challenge first. I'll roll my 3 attacks because he's got 1 base, plus 1 for the charge, plus 1 for extra close combat weapon. So hitting on 4s. All right, 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. I got 2 wounds, 2 3-ups.
I didn't want to kill you.
Oh, and he makes them both. Brutal. All right, so now he's got his 2 base, hitting on 3s. Oh, he doesn't hit. All right, so now we'll go on to, yeah, he was too busy deflecting those other shots. So then the rest, I've got 1 each from the bikers, plus 2 from the bolter bro that ran in there. So they'll be hitting on 4s. All right, so I got 2 hits, wounding on 4s. 2 wounds, 2 3-ups. Oh, good. All right. Now you've got 4 shots going into the bikers, hitting on 4s. Got 1 hit, wounding on a 5. That's a wound. 3-up armor save. Yeah, so they will be locked in combat. So, yeah, they're just going to stick in there because I think they're going to stay in there because that's where I want those bikers to be for this next turn. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Sons of Korvus here on turn 4. All right, movement phase for the Sons of Korvus. These guys moved up this way. These guys shot up this way. And that's about it. That's all we got left because everyone else is locked in combat over here. So there's not actually going to be any shooting here in the shooting phase, so we'll just come back to you with the fight sub-phase that we have going on. All right, so charges. These guys are actually going to charge into the bikers over there. Can't fire Overwatch, so he needs a 4-inch charge. And he's in, so we'll move them in, and then we'll come back to you with the fight sub-phase. All right, here we go in the fight sub-phase. Those guys all made it into combat there. So we're going to go with the challenge first. So I've got my guy has 1 base plus 1 for extra close combat weapon. Hitting on a 4. Got 1 hit. Wounding on a 4. That's a wound. 3-up armor save. And he's good. All right. So now you've got 2 base. 2 base on the Chaplain. Hitting on 3s. 2 hits. Wounding on a 2. Got 2 wounds. 2 3-up armor saves. He's dead. But 1 to save, so the other guy is good. All right, so then we'll come back to you with the rest of this fight. All right, so now we're going to move on to my guys, even though they're going at the same time as the others. Got 3 attacks coming in here, hitting on 4s. Okay, 1 hit, wounded on a 4. It's 1 wound, 1 3 plus. No, 1 guy will be dead in the Tiger Strike, but he'll be able to attack back. So, all right, now we're going to come back to you with his attacks. All right, so now we're going to go with the 4 guys from the Tiger Stripe squad first here, hitting on 4s. And they're going to go against the lone guy from that squad. That's a cock die right there. All right, so we got 1 hit, wounded on a 4. No. All right. And then he's got, what, 2, we got 20 attacks. Oh, geez. 20 attacks coming in against my bikers over here. So we'll come back to you with those. All right, so 20 attacks onto my bikers there. So we've got, here we come, hitting on 4s. Ooh. Okay, we'll come back to you when we figure these ones out. All right, that was not the best of rolling, but so you've got 5 hits, wounding on 5s. I got 1 wound. Hey, I can still fail this. 3-up armor save, but I won't. All right, so I think that's actually locked in combat because he killed 1 and I killed 1. So they will be locked in combat. Actually, my bikers are going to try to hit and run, and they succeed. So I will hit and run them, and then we'll come back to you with movement phase for Dark Angels on turn 5. All right, movement phase. These guys stood still. These guys moved up so that they had ran the 3d6 this way for hit and run, and then they moved up and got into base contact there, movement phase with the relic. And they're going to be there, and that's all I've got left here. So we're going to move on to the shooting phase now for Dark Angels on turn 5. All right, my bikers are going to fire into his the blue Marines over there. So hitting on 3s, all hits, wounding on 4s, all wounds. So 4 3-ups. He loses 2. Okay. All right, so this squad here is going to fire into this squad over here. So we've got 3 bolter shots and 1 las cannon shot coming in, hitting on 3s. Oh, wounding on 4s. Nothing. All right, so that's the end of the shooting phase. We'll come back to you with the fight sub phase, because I'm not actually going to charge. So we'll come back to you with the fight sub phase. So we're going to go back to the fight sub phase here on turn 5. All right, so here's the fight sub phase. So I've got my 1 guy. He's going to be hitting on a 4. That's a hit. Wounded on a 4. No. So then you've got the Chaplain and his other guys hitting on, Chaplain's hitting on 3s, the other guys are hitting on 4s. All right. Chaplain's wounded on 2s, the other guys are wounded on 4s. All right, so I've got 3 armor saves. Can I make 3 3 pluses? Can he be the hero that I need? Yeah, he is the hero that I need. So we will be locked in combat. Woo! That's what I wanted. All right, so that's the end of the fight sub phase there. We'll come back to you with the after movement phase for the Sons of Korvus on turn 5. All right, movement phase here. Up comes the Rhino around this way. These guys only got 2-inch move through cover this way. But that is the movement phase there. So now we're going to move on to the shooting phase for the Sons of Korvus on turn 5. Snap fire. All right, so he's going to fire his Storm Bolter into these guys. Snap firing because he moved more than 6. So hitting on 6s. Oh, I got 1 hit. Yep, wounded on a 5.
So, what's divided into?
No. All right, this squad here is going to fire into my bikers. We've got 5 rapid-firing bolt guns. We have a rapid-firing plasma gun. We have a rapid-firing disintegrator gun, and we have a snap-firing crack missile. So we've got the greens are going to be the bolters. White's going to be the snap-firing plasma gun. The blue is going to be the not snap-fire plasma gun. The rapid-firing plasma gun. Blue is going to be the snap-firing crack missile, and then the blacks are going to be the snap-firing disintegrator guns. So here we go, all hitting on 3s except for the blue that's going to be hitting on a 6. Oh, it does hit that snap. All right, and the other one's
Disintegrator, though.
it's true, and but at least they didn't get hot. So you have that, and there's another 2 there. But the crack did hit, which is good. All right, so we've got the blue and the white are going to be wounding on 2s. The greens are going to be wounding on 5s. All right, so we've got 3 saves that made. I'm gonna jink them all because I got slightly better odds with the jink save because it's rerollable being Ravenwing. So 4+ jink save. Oh no! Oh boy! Rerolling 4+. 4+. Oh, and he makes all of them on the second roll. That's how you do it. Ravenwing for the win. Woo! All right, so that's it for shooting phase here. Now going into the fight sub phase. We've got over here. My guy will go first, hitting on a 4. Nope, he misses. So now we've got all of his shots hitting on 3s and 4s. All right, so we've got 2 from the chaplain, 2 from the regular guys, wounding on 2s and 4s. Okay, so we got 2 armor saves to make. Can he continue to be the champion that I need him to be? 3+ armor saves. No, he totally failed out there. There's only so much heart, I guess, that he can have. So, yeah, so he's dead. So they will consolidate. And then, actually, why don't we try rolling right now? Let's see what happens. On a 3+, we go on to turn 6. Otherwise, it's game over on 1d6. Okay, so we're going on to turn 6, so we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 6. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. These guys move back 6 inches because that's pretty much all they can move because they're carrying the relic with them. They've got the guy and they're making a run for it. These guys stood still. So that's it for movement phase for the Dark Angels. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase here on turn 6. All right, so going into the shooting phase, these guys are going to fire into the Tiger Stripe dudes there with the chaplain. So they're going to have the 1 las cannon and we have 1 rapid firing bolt gun, and the other 2 are out of rapid fire range. So, hitting on 3s. Okay, all hits. That's more like it. Wounding on 4s on the green, 2 on the black. Of course. So we've got 4 3+ armor saves. Here we go, 3 pluses. 2, 3 guys dead. That's huge.
I'm okay
but
with that.
He's okay with that because that 6 there saved his chaplain's life. So yeah, that's pretty crazy right there. All right, these guys here are going to rapid fire into his chaplain, who's all by himself. So hitting on 3s, twin linked. Twin linked. Okay, so I got 3 hits. Let's get that in focus. All right, 3 hits, wounding on 4s. You got 2 wounds, 2 3+, or he's dead. He's dead! Slay the Warlord. That was huge. Okay. All right, and that's actually the end of the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 6. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Sons of Korvus on turn 6. All right, movement phase here for the Sons of Korvus. These guys move through cover, except for the missile launcher bro who stood his ground there, so he won't be snap firing. He also stood his ground, so he's going to be firing full. So, yeah, that's it for movement phase. So now we're going to go into the shooting phase here on turn 6 for Sons of Korvus. All right, we're going to start here. He's going to fire a Storm Bolter into my guys here. They're going to jink because I'm going to be jinking later anyway. May as well get it. So hitting on 3, wounding on a 5. Nothing. All right. All right, so now moving over to here. We've got 10 bolter shots, rapid firing bolter shots. We've got 2 rapid firing plasma, which are going to be the white. 2 rapid firing disintegrator, which are going to be the black. And then we've got a regular firing crack missile, which is going to be the blue. So all of these are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, well, that's actually get hot. So on the 3+. Okay, he's good. He's alive, but that doesn't count as a shot, which is good. I'll take that. All right, so those are all hits. That's a hit. That's a miss. All right, wow, that's a lot of hits. All right, so the greens will be wounding on 5s. The black is going to be wounding on a 4, and the white and the blue are going to be wounding on 2s. Alrighty. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 saves that I've got to make. I'm just going to do jinx saves. So 7 4+ jinx saves, rerollable. Alrighty, got a couple. 4+s, come on. Come on, I can't fail both of these. If I fail one, I should be okay. Okay, I made one, so he's dead. Okay, so here comes a very, very important leadership test because it's the end of the shooting phase. If he makes this, I will still hold on to that. Oh boy, here we go, here we go. Okay. Made the leadership, super made it. Super made the leadership test. Yes, that's what I needed. All right, let's roll the dice on a 4+. Well, we still gotta go. Maybe go on to turn 7. Yeah.
No, but it's your turn.
Oh no, I'm the top. You're the bottom. I'm the top of the turns.
I don't know if I like the way this
I know. That didn't sound right, but that's what's going on. So here we go. So on a 1 die roll here on a 4+, it goes on. It doesn't. So that's the end of the game. So I held on to the relic, and he's gonna swoop in with the Thunderhawk, pick him up, and take him back to the battle barge to be interrogated. And then we're going to probably have to answer some questions, or maybe we just won't answer some questions, as the case may be. But yeah, that was a crazy, brutal game, super close, right down to that last leadership test. So that's how it goes. We've got the Dark Angels are victorious with 4 points, 3 points for holding the relic, plus 1 point for Slay the Warlord, against the Sons of Korvus, who had First Blood and Slay the Warlord. So a brutal, brutal, awesome, close game. And my opponent's first game in 7th edition. So I thought he did dang well for that. A couple things in the beginning with knowing that bikers are toughness 5, but that's going to benefit him in the long run. So we'll take that. So yeah, an awesome, awesome, fun game there. Hope you all enjoyed it. As always, share, like, and subscribe to the video. I've been Phil, the Glacial Geek. My opponent's been David. And until next time, have fun.